Hi Kirby fans, so today we're going to be running that Invictus X Water 2.0 through its paces. So what we'll do is dive straight into it. Don't forget everything used in my video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products and all the products I recommend as well. So make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so as you know, we've been running that Invictus X9. Now, in the previous video, and I'll put an oil card above, to that I ran that Invictus X9 and did a bit of a house clean, did a bit of light dusting and things like that, but there will be an oil card above linking to that. So make sure you check that out at the end of this video. Now, if you don't know about the Invictus X Water 2.0, that is an extension of the Invictus X9. This is an attachment you can get on to do your hard floor cleaning, and apparently you can clean carpets with it as well, give them a light freshen up. Today, what we're going to be doing is running on some hard floors, checking out whether it can actually clean the tiles and how well it cleans bamboo flooring, and if it can get rid of those stubborn stains and marks. Right, so we'll start by getting that Invictus X Water 2.0 filled up. So what we'll do is dive straight into it. Right, so to fill this up, I've checked it, it takes around 400 ml of water, and they recommend tepid or cold water. Obviously you're going to want it to dry, so you're not going to want it stone cold. So I've set this at 45 degrees. Now the Tinaco recommends sit up to 60 degrees, which is the same style plastic as what's in here, but I've just done 45 just to be safe. So today we're going to be using Pledge. Now I'm not sponsored by Pledge, and I'm just going to be adding 5 ml of that. Now this recommends that you want at least 50 ml for 4 litres of water. So I've divided that by 10, which gives me 5 ml. And 400 ml of water, and now we'll just top that up with the water to that level there. Close the cap, give it a bit of shake to mix that solution, and then we're ready to rock and roll. Right, so now we've filled the Invictus X9, we're going to try it out. Now this does easily fall over, so make sure you hold on to it. If you knock it, it's going to fall with the waste that water at the top. You cannot put this on top and leave it standing, it will not hold that weight. So it'll just lean over and it'll fall forward. So just be aware of that, and you cannot use this on max power. There is a chance of it sucking any of that fluid or water up straight into the motor. Also, the other thing that they recommend is you cannot put it over 30 degrees because it may suck it up into the main system. You've got a chance of damaging the unit. Just take this off, and we'll zoom in and have a look at the state of the floor to begin with. So this is the state of the floor at the moment. The grate's not too bad because I did this a couple of months back with the Kirby, but it has been winter, so we've got a little bit of grime in the grate. As we come around, we've got a few bit of dust. It's all been vacked and swept out, but it's just a little bit grimy. And we're going to have to see whether it can get all this grime and get this grate looking clean and all those tiles nice and clean. So we'll zoom in now and get started cleaning. It will turn off the water, and you've got to disconnect it if you want it to sit there. It is picking up some water, and when you pick it up it all drips. So it looks like it's getting a bit of grime. It doesn't seem to be touching that mark there on the floor. So I'll just zoom in so you can see the mark I'm on about. We're reconnected, and we want it to see if it can get rid of this mark here. Turn it on and then turn the water on. Right, so just be aware as you pick it up, it does drip. So it's not sucking up all the water from the brush roll, and it's not drying that brush roll off, but there is a lot of excess water. It just drips out. Right, as you can see, we've nearly used all that water. There was only 400 ml in there and 5 ml of the cleaning solution. Now to empty it, you're just going to pull that out, and you can see a lot of grimy water. I'm assuming it's got the tiles. It doesn't seem to be touching the grate. There's not a lot of agitation there to clean your grate lines, and it hasn't got a lot of vegetation to clean any marks off the floor. As you've seen with that mark that I had on that one tile, it took about 10 or 20 passes just to get it off, and I probably could have wiped it off with my finger. Right, so to empty it, we're just going to twist. You're going to swivel this out, and that, you can see it has picked up what little dirt there was on the tiles, and any hairs and that will end up in that dispenser. So just swivel that out. You don't want to get any water in here. I presume that's where the vacuum attachment sucks from, so I wouldn't avoid getting any water in there. Just swivel that bottom attachment off, and now we'll give it a go on the timber floor and see how we go with that. Now to place this back in, again, once you've emptied it, washed it out, just going to push that in, twist, lock it in place, slot that in there, and then that just clips in place. Right, so just make sure you've fully vacuumed and swept your floor first, so there's no grit or anything if you've got hardwood floors like me. And I'll just zoom in here, we'll see if it can move that. That's just a little bit of grime, and then we've got a little bit here as well. And that is probably about it. Now I did clean this the other day with the Tindercoat iFloor 1S3. Whether this can beat it, what I've seen on the tiles so far, I'm not impressed. Whether it can clean this floor, being just a flat surface, it might clean it. It might be easier for it on wood, but there's not a lot of agitation with that brush roll. And that brush roll is a lot thinner compared to the Tindercoat iFloor 1S3. With the Tindercoat you can stand it up. Now with the Invictus X Water 2 system you cannot stand it up with that attachment on. It's got no auto power mode, it's got no scrub mode like the Tindercoat iFloor 1S3 has. This has just got that low speed mode, and whether it's going to clean this and whether it's going to keep it nice and dry, we'll see. So we'll zoom in and start cleaning. And it is sucking up the water, so that's pretty dry, but where you sit it, then it will leave a wet patch. Right, so we'll just do the rest of this floor and we'll zoom in as well. I'll follow it with the camera and we'll see whether we can actually get those stains off my floor. I used Tindercoat on a weekend, so that's why it might be a little bit dirty. Shouldn't have that much dirt on there because we don't wear shoes. There shouldn't be a lot of dirt on there apart from what the dogs trod in. So we'll get this floor nice clean. It looks like it's going to be okay for bamboo. It's going to keep it dry as it goes, but whether it can agitate and get those stains off that floor, we'll see. So as you can see, it's not touching that stain at the moment. It's not even agitating it. I'll give it another go. Right, so it's been sat, and as you can see, it's all wet. So if you're going to leave it standing, you've got all that water that's going to collect. So don't leave it standing on a hardwood floor. I'll just back that up. Right, so we'll see what it picks up. And it's pretty dry, but it is leaving, I don't know if you can see that on camera, but it is leaving a few spots of water. You've got to make sure it's totally dry, you've got to make sure it's turned off. And when you're leaving it sitting, you can see there's some more water here. When you're pulling back and forth, it is leaving it, and I can't leave that water in the joints, it will make it swell. And here it's been sat for about 30 seconds and the floor's soaking wet. So you've got to be aware of that when you're sitting it. If you've got a hardwood floor, you can't sit on your joints. Okay, so one tank full just about did that whole way. So there's the water that came out, so we'll just tip that out. Okay, so we've got a fresh tank of water with some solution and a nice empty waste tank. That's where you've meant to empty it to. It had gone up to there, so I was pretty close to it. So then we'll start on the kitchen. Let's just pick it up and have a look at the underneath. See, it's all grimy in there. That brush roll, it's picking up all the gump in there. So if we lift this off, and you can see it's dripping now. It's horrendous. Press that in, I'll put that down, push that in, and all your hairs and that will collect on here. So any dog hairs that you've missed, it's going to pick them up. But it's saturating the floor, just standing there. We'll just pick that up and see how much water we got, and you can see there's loads. I'll mop up all this water. You can see there's loads. It just leaves loads when you leave it standing around. Ridiculous. Right, so finally I've got this in the sink just so it stops dripping. Now to get this brush roll out, it's the same as the Tinaco, just lift it up and out. Now you're going to have to clean all in here, just give that a wash out, swill out, and this brush roll, it's just a case of swilling it out. There's not too many hairs on there. It is wet though, you could wring that out. That's pretty wet considering it's meant to be cleaning the floor and keeping it nice and dry. For what we picked up off the kitchen floor, that was about it.
Now don't forget everything you use in the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Kirby products and all the products that I review and recommend. So make sure you check those out at the end of this video. Right, so as you can see, that Invictus X WATER 2.0, we used it on the bamboo floor. I wasn't that impressed. It didn't get rid of those stubborn stains and marks. It took a lot. I mean, I think I went over the one part for about 35 seconds just to get it to remove that one mark. And as for the tiles, it did not pick that great up, get it nice and clean like the Tinaco iFloor 1S3, and it struggled with stubborn stains on the tiles. Now I didn't do any spills and pick up with it because I've done one with the Tinaco. I don't think that Invictus X9 Water 2.0 would be any better than the Tinaco. In fact, I probably think it would be worse. I think mainly it's for picking up spills and a bit of light cleaning. It's no good for deep cleaning or scrubbing those tiles, and as you've seen, it's not that good for cleaning your wooden floors either and get rid of those stubborn stains. And the main issue I had with it was the fact that every time I put it down and left it for a couple of seconds, it would leave a pool of water. If you picked it up to move it away, it would drip water everywhere. So it wasn't drying that brush roll as it should. Yes, it looked like it was drying the floor, but it just seemed to keep it congealed in that brush roll. So as soon as you moved it, it just dripped everywhere. So in my opinion, the Invictus X9 gets a big thumbs down, and the Invictus X Water system gets a big thumbs down. It's entirely up to you if you want to check it out. You do get a 30-day free trial if you want to take advantage of that and try it out yourself. But in my opinion, I think it's a total waste of money. Again, for those new to the channel, if you find you're getting value out of this content, then contemplate showing your support by slapping that subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Ding that bell for notifications so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. Give us a big thumbs up and comment down below. I will reply to the comment, and if you like what you comment, I'll pin it to the video. So what we'll do is a cut to any bloopers, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Right, Kirby fans, so today we're going to be running that Invictus. And don't forget, everything you use in the video today, there are links in the description below for the best place to get your Weber products. Nope, wrong channel.